It began in the rain, a narrow alley, drowning in darkness and grief. Police lights blinked red and blue against the glistening pavement, pulsing like a dying heartbeat. A young woman lay still beneath a tarp, her pale hand peeking out, delicate, almost reaching. I stood above her, drenched in water and regret. The smoke from my cigarette curled into the night like a question I didn't want answered. Every case starts with a body. This one was no different, except that it ended with me burying something far deeper than a corpse, my belief in the truth. Her name was Rachel Weaver, 24, an art student. Quiet, no priors, no enemies, they said. But I've learned quiet people often scream the loudest where no one hears. Her apartment was a gallery of unrest. Sketches hung from string, sculptures frozen in emotion. But one painting held me, the centerpiece of her final days. A black door, haunting and shut, in a room of blinding white. She called it The Truth Comes Cold. I stood before it, and for a moment, I wasn't in her studio. I was inside her mind. Lost. They said she was light. Her friends, professors, even the ex who hadn't forgiven her silence. But light, I found, casts the darkest shadows. One friend remembered her saying, "Something big is coming." They all thought she meant an exhibition. She meant a reckoning. In my apartment, I couldn't sleep. I traced her photos with tired eyes, scribbled notes, patterns, questions, and always the door. That painting, black, cold, started whispering in my dreams, as if the truth was hiding behind it, as if it was watching me. The courthouse yielded secrets, sealed records bought with bribes. Rachel had a benefactor, not just any name, but Judge Victor Rowan, respected, powerful, and now suspicious. I knew the system didn't like its own being touched. I was warned. In a parking lot, under the yellow gleam of a failing light, a fellow detective told me to walk away. But I don't let go. I solve. Rowan's home smelled of money and memories. I broke in under moonlight, found letters and photos. A child, Rachel, smiling awkwardly beside him. Not a student, a daughter, hidden, forgotten, buried beneath silence and shame. She'd unearthed herself, and someone tried to bury her again. There was a tape. I played it. Her voice cracked through the static. "By the time you hear this, I'll be gone. He'll deny me like he always has. So I'll leave him a gift, the world's most believable lie." And it hit me, she didn't die in fear. She died in control. Rachel had staged everything. A suicide dressed as a murder. A final performance. Her truth twisted into a weapon. Back in my apartment, the tape looped. Her voice trembled between justice and vengeance. She hadn't been seeking the law. She'd been crafting a story. And I, unknowing, was her audience. On the rooftop, with wind whipping through my coat and ghosts clawing at my conscience, I held the tape over fire. The truth could free Rowan. The lie could damn him. But both would destroy her memory. Some truths don't belong in the light. I burned it, and the world never knew. At her grave, I left a single white rose. No words. Just wait. She wanted to leave a mark. She did. I walked away. I had solved the case, and lost a piece of myself doing it, because the final clue was never in the evidence. It was in the mirror, and what I saw there, I can never unsee.